back at it. Yes, we're gonna close this one out very, very strong. I'm hoping so. So let's go ahead and get down to business. Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see y'all. And we are back again for another reaction video. And for round 2 of this miscellaneous Monday that we're getting into today, we're gonna get into something a little different. We're gonna get into another one from George Carlin today. Now, George is just the greatest to me, and he's always come through for me when it mattered the most. And other than that, just, you know, any other day, you know, just keep a smile on my face and laughing like crazy. So yeah, man, we're gonna see what he's talking about with this one. Now, I'm assuming that this is probably from one of his books or something like that, because it's audio because there's no video. I like to like check out the first few seconds or something to see what I might be in for before I, you know, react to the whole thing. So yeah, man, we're gonna see what he's talking about with this one. This one's gonna be titled George Carlin on Women. Oh boy. Well, some people in my life assume that I'm a woman hater. I'm not. I'm just frustrated by them sometimes, and I'm also very much frustrated by men as well. You know, I very much give both sides my equal share of frustration. You know what I mean, and my words as well. So a lot of people can assume what they want. I think the thing is nowadays, if you even have one thing to say about a woman, you must hate women. It's not what it is. So please get your heads out of your asses when it comes to that nonsense. So yeah, let's see what he's going to be talking about with this one. George is one of the most objective people that I've ever watched or listened to or whatever. So I'm sure he's going to have some stuff to say about women on a bad and good way, and men in a bad and good way too. So let's go ahead and figure it out. So yes, George Carlin on women. And if you like this reaction, please hit the like button for me one time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here, all right? I don't want it now. Imagine what okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. Non-violent, okay? Just walk away from the drama. That's what your pops told you. So yeah, man, the first one was nice, man, getting into Bill Hader. He was awesome with his Al Pacino impression, and he had me rolling on that one. So let's see what the GOAT, George Carlin, has to say about the ladies. So let's go ahead and get into it. George Carlin on women, right here on Eddie B TV. Round 2 of this miscellaneous Monday. Let's close out strong. Get at it one more weekend here. Oh yeah, man. George says a lot of things that I agree with 90% of the time, but he does have some things I don't that I do disagree with him on. But hey, we'll see what he's talking about. Let's get situated with this one, and here we go.
He's first. I notice a lot of this comedy they have on television is about relationships. Do you ever see this stuff? Relationship comedy? Well, I don't know much about relationships, but over the years, I've noticed a few things about the two sexes, and I'd like to discuss them. Men and women. Okay. The big, hairy, noisy male creatures, and the smaller, smoother, but nonetheless also quite noisy female creatures. Here's all you need to know about men and women. Women are crazy, men are stupid. And the main reason women are crazy is that men are stupid. It's not the only reason, but it's a big one. And by the way, if you don't think men are stupid, check the newspaper. 99% of all the truly horrifying shit going on in this world was initiated, established, perpetrated, and enabled or continued by men. And that includes the wave and the high five, two of history's truly low points.
Oh, man.
But as I say, besides knowing that men are stupid, it's also important to remember that women are crazy. And if you don't think women are crazy, ask a man. That's the one thing men aren't stupid about. They know for sure, way down deep in their hearts, that women are straight-out fucking nuts. But it doesn't just happen. It isn't an accident. Women have good reason to be nuts. The main one being that in the course of life, compared with men, they have far more to put up with. They bear greater burdens. Think of it this way. In the big cosmic cafeteria, as human beings move down the chow line of life and reach that section where the shit is being spooned out, women are given several extra portions. And please understand, my motives here are not selfish or personal. I'm not saying all this stuff to get in good with women, although an occasional blowjob would be nice. But it's not a requirement. It's optional. BJO. Blowjob optional.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
I just think it should be evident to any person who's being honest and thinking clearly that women carry a lot more of life's baggage than men. To begin with, they're smaller and weaker, so they get slapped, punched, raped, abused, and in general get the shit beat out of them on a rather regular basis. By men, of course, who are stronger. If women were stronger, this wouldn't be happening. Men would not raise a hand if they thought the balance was more equal. They'd back down quickly. Then again, if women were stronger, they'd probably be beating the shit out of men just for the fun of it. It's only fair. Another major problem for women, they have to look good all the time. Or at least they think they do.
Yeah,
So they'll be attractive to their male protectors. Gotta look good tonight. Joey's gonna beat the shit out of me. Maybe I can get a nice kick in the fucking mouth. Gotta look my best.
Damn.
And looking one's female best requires a lot of things. Start with cosmetics. Just think of all the products and procedures a woman is forced to deal with in the world of cosmetics. Cleansers, toners, foundation, blush, face powder, lipstick, lip gloss, lip liner, eyeliner, eyeshadow, eyebrow pencil, mascara, nail polish remover, manicures, pedicures, fake fingernails, fake eyelashes, face cream, neck cream, eye cream, thigh cream, foot cream, day cream, night cream, cold cream, wrinkle remover, makeup remover, hand lotions, body lotions, bath oils, bath beads, shower gels, bubble baths, scented baths, perfumes, colognes, toilet water, astringents, moisturizers, emulsions, exfoliants, peels, scrubs, depilatories, body wraps, facial masks, shampoos, conditioners, bleaches, dyes, rinses, tints, perms, straighteners, wigs, falls, rats, extensions, combs, barrettes, bobby pins, hair nets, hair curlers, scrunchies, ribbons, bows, tiebacks, headbands, streaking, frosting, teasing, spraying, moussing, blow-drying, cutting, layering, curling, eyelash curling, eyebrow plucking, armpit shaving, leg shaving, crotch waxing, leg waxing, eyebrow waxing, and a purse. A big fucking purse, so she can carry all this shit around with her, especially the makeup, which must be close at hand at all times. Gotta have my makeup, in case I run into Joey and he wants to beat the shit out of me. Gotta look my best. Maybe he'll punch me repeatedly in the kidneys and the stomach, so it doesn't mark up my face. He's so thoughtful.
Damn.
And my friend, I hope you're aware that when we talk about women looking good, we're also talking about clothing. Clothing is what generates all that shopping shit that occupies so much of a woman's time. Because the truth is, women have to buy, own, and wear an unbelievably bewildering number of garments. Slips, half-slips, camisoles, thongs, panties, pantyhose, stockings, half-hose, knee-highs, anklets, socks, leg warmers, garter belts, girdles, corsets, training bras, padded bras, sports bras, nursing bras, push-up bras, strapless bras, wonder bras, bustiers, teddies, petticoats, peignoirs, negligés, nightgowns, shorties, muumuus, body stockings, blouses, sweaters, jerseys, pullovers, halter tops, miniskirts, maxi skirts, slacks, suits, sunsuits, business suits, pantsuits, culottes, capris, shorts, short shorts, hot pants, formal gowns, bridal gowns, evening gowns, street dresses, sundresses, cocktail dresses, house coats, winter coats, fall coats, spring coats, hats and scarves, brooches, pins, necklaces, pendants, medallions, lockets, bracelets, ankle bracelets, earrings, wedding rings, engagement rings, friendship rings, thumb rings, toe rings, and optional, of course, nipple, nose, and labia rings.
Oh, jeez.
And let's not even begin to talk about shoes. Oh, God, sorry, girls. I take it back. But at least, let's keep it brief. Tennis shoes, sandals, open toes, slingbacks, mules, wedgies, flats, half heels, and high heels. High heels that damage a woman's feet, ankles, and knees, but make her ass look great, so how can you blame a guy for the occasional rape? Hey, the bitch was asking for it. She was wearing high heels.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, generally, all this obsession with appearance has one purpose. It's supposed to lead to romance, and it is devoutly wished by some, a wedding. A wedding is another one of those good deals women get. The man takes a wife, the woman is given away, her family pays for the whole thing, and everyone stands around hoping she gets pregnant immediately. Pregnant? Hey, another terrific treat for the gals. A chance to gain 40 pounds, puke in the morning, walk like a duck, get sore tits, and develop a nice case of hemorrhoids. What a deal! And such attractive clothing. Plus, she can't get up off the couch without help. Well, it's her own fault. This wouldn't have happened if she'd taken her birth control pill or used her diaphragm. Notice, her pill, her diaphragm. But think of how fulfilling it can be. After all, now she has a baby. a baby she gets to practically raise alone. And if she decides to be a stay-at-home mom, she gets to cook, clean, sew, scrub, scour, wax, wash, dry, iron, do the shopping, drive the van, and entertain the guests. She's a housewife, an unpaid in-family domestic servant. Admittedly, that description is a bit more in line with the old model. The new model is so much better. She gets a fucking job so she can be bringing something in. But somehow she still winds up being an unpaid in-family domestic servant after she gets home from the job. You know, the job, where she gets paid less than men for the same work, does not rise beyond a certain level in the company, and gets harassed all day long by some oversexed moron with a lump in his pants. Probably better just to stay home, where she doesn't have to be bothered with that pesky paycheck crap. And there's none of that nonsense about Social Security, pension plans, and unemployment money in case of divorce. Just alimony and child support, if the ex-husband can be located. The ex who probably thought she was looking a little used up and dumped her for someone whose milk glands hadn't sagged yet. Can't forget those milk glands, can we, girls? Tits, 2 tits, sticking straight out of your chest. In some cases, sticking straight out. Well, for a few years anyway. Yes, girls, just by virtue of being female, you get to walk around all your life with 2 vulnerable milk glands hanging out in front of you like lanterns. And if somehow you should get the idea that men don't approve of the size and shape of those milk glands, you'll find plenty of social pressure to have them artificially enhanced. Such enhancement usually will be performed and supervised by men. Here's another physical treat for females. Periods. Cramping, bloating, and bleeding 5 days a month. 15% of the time. And you can add the time spent with premenstrual syndrome, PMS. Men gave it that name. If women had named it, it would be called my several days of shrieking and crying and depression just before my several days of bleeding, cramping, and bloating. Men don't quite see it from that angle. Men experience PMS as a problem for them. What's the matter, Joey? You don't look so good. Ah, my wife's got the PMS. Here are some more special female advantages, in case you haven't had enough. Pap smears, mammograms, hysterectomies, mastectomies, miscarriages, abortions, labor pains, childbirth pain, episiotomies, stretch marks, and breastfeeding, and postpartum depression. Can't imagine why she wouldn't feel good. And just to top it all off, menopause. Menopause. More strange behavior and exciting physical sensations. And in exchange for all of this, in exchange for all this abuse from nature, what is the woman's payoff? Why, she's allowed to get into the lifeboat first. At least theoretically. How often do you think that really happens? Oh, and let's not forget, many men are quite willing to hold the door open for her. In fact, some men are quite impressed with their willingness to do this. They brag about it. Yeah, I beat the shit out of her a lot, but you know something? When she runs from one room to the other, I always hold the door open. I'll tell you what a bad deal women got. They're in the majority on this planet, and they still wound up with the shitty end of the stick. That's how big a hosing they got. Oh, and one other inequity I neglected to mention, very unequal. But this one works in women's favor. They live longer than men. And remember, this happens in spite of all the shit they have to put up with. So who do you think is tougher, men or women? Why don't you guess? And don't forget, women have the huge added burden of having to put up with men.
Oh, that must be the end of it, huh? Is it? Yeah, that's the end of it. Well, I told you that George was objective. Boy, he sure knew how to lay it on thick as hell. My, oh my, oh my. Well, I'll say this, man. I don't disagree with what he said, but at the same time, there are a few, I guess you could say discrepancies, I guess, if that's the right way to put it. But yeah, we'll tackle that in a second. All right, y'all, that was George Carlin on women. You know, obviously, a dude is about to be saying all this shit. So, one thing that I will say, in all honesty, and this I'm speaking to all of the women out there, okay? I love women, man. I really, really do. I think that they are the greatest thing in the world. I think they are very incredibly strong, very, very smart. And not only that, man, they're very, very just like not just strong in a sense of physical strength. They're very tough mentally and emotionally. There's nothing about women that I will not say. There's nothing about women that I will say about them that is unflattering, even the negative stuff, because it's based in reality. I think that nowadays, I think that women have really gone away from what, not, I won't say what is expected of them, but I'll say they've gone away from what their role is, and men are expected to have their same roles, but yet we're on like the shit end of the stick now. It's kind of trippy. It's still the same deal that women get, but it's like a weird time. It's a really weird time these days, man. And I'm on the outside looking in because I just try not to partake in it, because I'll have a lot of shit to say. And by default, because of the way things are, I'll never be taken seriously for what I'm saying. I'll just be looked at as just another typical woman hater, I just, from the time I was born, from the time that I could comprehend, speak, and, understand things, I have never ever been in the position that George says women are in. I've never, well, let me rephrase that a little bit. I've never acted the way that men act towards women. I've never understood where that energy came from. I was raised in a household to respect women and not be some catcalling piece of shit. I never understood it until I actually got out into the world and knew that shit like this actually went down. It was a really strange thing to me. My life has been about men being treated like shit. That's what my upbringing was. That's what my vision was. That's what I understood to be the case. Now, granted, there was a lot of other things that came with that, my understanding of women, but it was I got small doses of it as I got older and older. Let me just say this much. All the things that he mentioned as far as like, the cosmetics and the appearances and all that, I'm not with that, to be honest with you. And I'll tell you why. There's nothing that I will want from a woman that I wouldn't be willing to do myself. And I'm being real about that. Like, for example, just a few little, touch-ups that go on. Like sometimes, because I'm not a big fan of hair. It's just not my thing. I think hair can get quite clumpy and gross, and it's just not really my thing. I've always been that way since I was a little kid. From the moment I started growing hair places, man, I got uncomfortable immediately. Now, if you're a dude and you don't want your woman to have a lot of hair on her body, man, immediately you're deemed a pedophile, that you're a pervert. That's bullshit, and yeah, in more ways than one. Not to say that there aren't some dudes out there who don't feel that way about it, but, compared to me, I don't really see what the correlation is between that, but that's just me. Sometimes, I'll shave my legs because I don't like hair on my legs. I can't stand armpit hair. I shave that off. I don't let it get too much, and people will look at me like I'm tripping, like I'm like, what kind of dude are you? Well, one, I'm just me, so no one has to do anything I do. No one has to act like me. No one has to do nothing. If it was up to me, the only hair that I would want on my body is just the hair on my head and face. That's it, if it was up to me. And sometimes I even manscape a little bit. I do that. And I remember some exes that I had over the years looked at me like, oh, why'd you do that? You didn't have to do that for me. And quite honestly, I had to be real. I was like, I didn't do it for you. I'm serious. I do things for my own personal comfort. And it's not about impressing anybody or anything like that. And as far as like the makeup goes, I think I've said this before in the past. Most of that stuff that women do to themselves to look good for men, you don't have to do it for me. And that's not even me trying to impress y'all either. I don't give a damn about impressing anybody. I just want things to be comfortable for everybody involved. I don't care about excessive makeup. I hate makeup. I think that it does nothing more but just cover up what's natural. As far as like, appearances like being fat or being skinny or something like that, there's ways to be unhealthy and fat, and there's ways to be unhealthy and skinny as well. I like people just to understand that you need exercise in your life from time to time. You need to eat right and all that good stuff. And that doesn't really have anything to do with cosmetics to me. As far as like all the plucking and all that other stuff, like I said, I wouldn't ask a woman to do anything I wouldn't do. So I don't want a woman with armpit hair. I don't like excessive amounts of pubes because I just think it's gross to me, because I just said I don't like hair in general. It's not about a preference to make my girl look younger or something like that. That's stupid as hell. But as far as the other stuff goes, man, women do go through a lot. They go through periods, they go through childbirth, and they go through, having to deal with the things that they deal with on a regular basis. And I never made light of it. I just didn't want to be made out to be responsible for it or have to deal with it in a way that I felt was unnecessary. I've never ever looked at a woman having her period and thought to myself, oh, that's a pain on me. I just don't care in general because it's not my burden to deal with. I don't chastise, I don't judge, I don't make fun of women for what they have to deal with. But you're not gonna make me responsible for it, and you're not gonna give me a hard time for what you have to deal with. If you're dealing with something, deal with it in your own best way. If you need to get away from me, get away from me. That's fine. I don't judge, but it's like so much stuff goes on in the name of women's issues that where like men are forced to deal with it because of what they deal with. I'm like, nah, that's not me personally, but yet I don't add insult to injury by being an asshole about it, if that makes any sense. Like, if you're dealing with something, you deal with it. Just don't take it out on me because I don't need to hear it and I don't want to hear it. I don't judge you, don't judge me. It's just one way. But women deal with the hormones and women deal with this, women deal with that. I just think that I've heard this before. It's almost like a crime to be a man just because we don't deal with what women deal with. It's like we are who we are and that's it. There's so many different species on this planet Earth that we live on, but yet we're the human beings. So now all of a sudden there has to be all this excessive analyzing of things. I'll tell you right now, man. I'll tell you that there's a lot of male praying mantises that would be quite pissed off if they were able to have the platforms that human beings have to speak on things. It's like, hey, I don't want to get my head bitten off after sex. Can we have a talk about this? Something like that. It's just so many different things that people talk about. And the only thing that upsets me about it is, like I was talking about the times that we live in now. It's like, every woman is allowed to change what they want to do with their life except for men. Men still have to be working, we still have to do this, we still have to do that, and yet now women get to play in this field with us. And yet there's like, when he was talking about getting less pay for the same work, it's kind of like an unfair thing to talk about in ways, because like there's a lot of analytics that go along with that, but no one really wants to talk about that. There's a lot of women out there who do work that doesn't get that kind of pay, and the kind of pay that men get for the work that they do, a lot of women aren't willing to do. But no one talks about that. Everyone wants to talk about gender pay gaps and how unfair this is and that is. Women deal with a lot, but men deal with a lot too. We deal with a lot when it comes to providing. We deal with a lot when it comes to the hard work and some of the fields that men partake in. But it's just like, I don't want that to be something that's discussed to like make light of the other. I don't want women to make light of us. I don't want to make light of them. I think people just need to recognize what's real and act accordingly, and just be fair and be respectful and be kind and all that good stuff. It's kind of like hard to deal with now because women and men are very much far gone. In the beginning, he said that women are crazy and men are stupid. Well, that's kind of shifted a little bit. My take on it is men are very much dumb and women are very much stupid. You know what I mean? We're very much equal parts of a lot of irresponsible, ignorant behavior. And that's just the times that we live in now. Women still have to deal with the issues they deal with, but it's not as widely talked about anymore because women are busy doing other things and men are busy trying to keep their heads on straight in many ways as well. But that's just one man's take on it. I've never had a massive amount of contempt for women. I have mama issues, and I have my disliking towards women in certain ways, but I don't have hatred towards women because I know what women got to deal with, man. Because one, we never stop fucking hearing about it, for one. And it's just like, women today compared to women back in the days, I'm not too familiar with all that. I was born in '85, for crying out loud, but I can only imagine what it was like being a woman back in those times, or as compared to seeing what I see now. It's just a trippy thing. But as much stuff as I hear about what women go through, there's a lot of things that women don't have to go through at all if they just force men's hand and just not do some of this shit. You know what I mean? It's just like a woman that I've ever been with, any woman I've ever been with in life has never had to go over the top to make me comfortable with her or to impress me at all. And not like impressing me as like a prime priority or nothing like that either. I like you, you like me, let's see what we come up with. Hopefully it grows to love, and if it doesn't, we separate and find something that works. That's how simple it is. That's how simple I try to make it. But you're gonna run into men that make things difficult. You're gonna run into women that make things difficult. It's just, as long as people know what's real and know how to be responsible, know how to be respectful, like I said, maybe we can clear all that up. But it's kind of a tall order, especially these days. I think we're pretty much too far gone to recover any real connection between men and women, but who knows, man? I don't got that much time left on this planet, like a lot of people my age, a little bit older and younger, whatever, but who knows, man? It might get better, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on it. But yeah, man, very interesting words from George Carlin, man. I like how he says things, but at the same time, he does have some things that he says that's a little bit overblown to me and things I don't really agree with. Like, I remember he said, I think it was the religion bit that I did with him, because he said that if he said that he does believe God, if there is a God, it has to be a man, because no woman would fuck things up like this. And I believe that he's right about that. I believe that if women were in charge of things, if there was a woman God, she would fuck things up too, just in ways that women fuck things up. I think to say that women are superior to men or men are superior to women is just a faulty argument. I think that there's smart women and smart men and dumb women. And, and hopefully, the smart ones could really link up with each other, and then all the dumb ones could just die out, and then we could just have a better human race. But who knows, man? I don't really hold out any hope for it, but who knows, man? I might be surprised, I might not. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. One more time, George Carlin on women. And if you like that reaction, please hit the like button for me one more time. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and of course, as always, leave a nice comment for your boy. Constructive critiques, leave a nice suggestion or request, and throw a couple jabs, jokes, and zingers at me. Friendly dialogue, no drama here, all right? Yes, please, let's keep it that way. So yeah, this is gonna be Eddie B TV, wrapping this one up one more again. Another good addition to a miscellaneous Monday in the books. I was glad to get to the videos I got to today, and hopefully I can continue this whole thing. I had to switch things up, and just in case y'all forgot with the whole random Sunday thing. I needed a day off because I was just like losing so much sleep trying to keep up with all this. And I'm kind of missing out on keeping up with all the comments too, because I go to work and then I come home and then I'm just like, ugh, got all this stuff to do, and I'm not really replying to too many comments, and I'm not really getting too many shout outs, but hopefully you guys don't hold that against me, man, because I'm trying to do everything in a nice working order, but I also got to make sure that I'm healthy enough to get enough sleep and continue to do all this stuff. So yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in to this one more time. Hopefully I can get to more clips of this, because George Carlin has a lot of material in his books that aren't really in his comedy. And I want to tap into some of that as well. And hopefully it'll be some more educational stuff and more stuff just to reflect on, reassess, and, everything else in between. So yeah, man, thank y'all one more time for tuning in. And until next reaction, love and appreciate y'all. Peace.